I've made the most money for my business, but none of it was in the way I intended to. So then part of that makes me feel like a little bit of a failure.
Right now, I'm really in that process of knowing the things that I've been supposed to do. That's what needs to get done right now in order for me to get to the next level.
The stuff I did to get to where I am now can't be the stuff that I do to get to the next level.
Right.
I'm realizing that it's going to take more. I've gotten a little comfortable, so I'm realizing that I'm going to have to start getting uncomfortable now, doing things that I've never did before, actually doing the ideas that I think that are in my mind, you know.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Travion. Welcome to the Growing Painz podcast, where we talk about business, music, and the life of a young adult. Let's get it.
Yes, my name is Yanni.
Hey, y'all. I'm Jada.
All right, y'all. So I got a question. Being 100% transparent, how would y'all say y'all business is going in this season? Or what's something y'all are currently trying to get over?
I currently have a business coach as of right now.
Okay.
So right now, I'm really in that process of knowing the things that I've been supposed to do. That's what needs to get done right now in order for me to get to the next level. So raising prices and, setting a standard in business. That's something that we talked about on Go Getter Development. So setting that standard and making it clear to everyone, standing on that word, and making sure that I'm pacing myself and being realistic with the times that I can create and not forcing myself to create within a standard of what everybody else wants. So just being really clear in business and also setting things up in a way where I don't have to be that overachiever or work at such a high, like at an extreme level where it's so intense and I constantly have to meet this deadline, be here, do all of that stuff. So that's something that I'm working on. And getting from a place as a graphic designer, not doing a la carte work and more so doing retainer and subscription. So that's the current place that I'm going to.
Okay.
Sorry. But yeah, I would say for me, a thought that I've had recently is I feel like everything is moving really fast, but it's like, how the heck did I get here?
No, for real.
So it's like this year, I've made the most money for my business, but none of it was in the way I intended to. So then part of that makes me feel like a little bit of a failure because it's not what I'm supposed to be doing. And I haven't done nothing bad, but It's just like I'm making money, but it's like the thing that I know I'm going to do, that's going to make me even more money. But I don't know, I kind of just was reflecting and it's like, dang, not how did I get here? But I just feel like every time it's moving by so fast. And I feel like, oh, you're making money from this, you're making money from this, you're making money from this. But it doesn't feel like, oh, you really accomplished something.
Right.
Maybe because it didn't feel like purpose behind what I was doing, I guess. So it just feels like, how did I get here?
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm doing my launch and it's officially coming out in 2 weeks. And so, or like 2.5, like around Fashion Week, basically, which is between the 9th and the 13th of September. So, I'm getting stuff together for that. I'm about to get more content of the pants outside of like having influencers in them. I'm gonna do like some shoots of myself and models in them, like styling them different ways, stuff like that. But I know that is going to bring in a lot of money for me. But outside of that, of the money part, I know that's like supposed to be like my big project for the year, essentially. And so, yeah, I just feel like I did this last year as far as I was making more money, but it was doing like different business ideas that I wasn't supposed to do. But it's like, ooh, I just got a word. Okay, so it's like you get satisfied with what you have because you think it's better than what you've had before. But the thing that you're really supposed to have is actually way better than what you're getting right now.
Oh, that reminds me of the Bible verse that says, why do you say the old days are good days when you don't even know what days are coming?
Ooh, yes. And so that's kind of how I feel is yeah, it's not like things are necessarily like bad that like, yeah, it's not like things are bad. Like technically that means your business is growing, but I'm not doing the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. Like I know for a fact, because God gives me my ideas as far as the steps for my business, I know what God has in store for me is way better than this stuff that I'm doing off of my own will. Right. And so that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay.
How about you?
I would say for me, I'm learning that the stuff I did to get to where I am now can't be the stuff that I do to get to the next level.
Right.
I'm realizing that it's going to take more. I've gotten a little comfortable, so I'm realizing that I'm gonna have to start getting uncomfortable now, doing things that I've never did before, actually doing the ideas that I think that are in my mind, you know. Really just being more intentional and executing. Okay, it's cool you have the plan for what you want next, but do it now.
Yep.
You set the plan, but do it, you know. And I feel like I'm also in a season where God is making me be uncomfortable, you know. He's putting me in a season where I have no choice but to, you know what I'm saying, go hard. And it's like, I needed that, you know, because sometimes you need a little kick because you get too comfortable. So yeah, just doing things doing what I know needs to get done, and also building a new skill set. That's something else I've been thinking about. That's something that my mentor was just talking about on the call is you need the skill sets, you know, he was saying you can't go there, you have to grow there. And so I'm realizing that where I want to go, I know the skill set I need, which is email marketing, because I have the email subscribers and stuff like that, but I don't send the emails out. So and that's something that I've been trying to learn for the longest, but now I know how to.
Yeah.
And so now I just have to do it. And also I'm realizing that I need a mentor because, man, the day before InvestFest, we're at the bowling alley and somebody, shout out to him, his brand is actually Lost Hearts. He was giving me game and it's exactly what I needed. And so just executing. And he also made me realize that I need a mentor because all the stuff he was telling me, he was like, I learned all of this because of my mentors. And I'm just like, dang, I could be where I want to be so much faster if I have somebody in my ear telling me what to do instead of trying to, you know, YouTubing and, you know, researching on your own is cool, but you could get there so much faster if you have a mentor to help you, just give you the plan, you know?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely something. I like what you said about being comfortable because we could lose not everything, but we can lose the thing that we thought we never would because we're being comfortable, because we're not taking the step to elevate to the next level. And that's definitely something that I've done of, you know, a client, you know, going to somebody else and their work isn't as good, but they charge way more. And it's almost as if, okay, what is your relationship with money? That's been my conversation with me now recently is what is my relationship with money? Because why is it a challenge for me to ask for what I deserve and ask for the things that I've worked for, ask for the skill level that I've, you know, constantly have worked on within the last 3 to 4 years and all of that. Like I will create scenarios in my mind of, oh, I can't raise my prices because this situation or this situation, but it's almost like you have not because you ask not. And if you don't ask for what you want, then you'll never receive it. If you didn't even put the offer out there, you can never receive exactly what you desire to have because it's not something that you really are making yourself work towards. And that's something that I have like had a challenge with is I can get so caught up in creating and not caught up in being in the actual back end of the business, like actually doing the work that's required in order to get to the next level, in order to delegate the work. Everybody says, oh, you should delegate, you should get a team, you should do this. Okay, you want to get a team, but the foundation isn't clear. Is your SOP set up? Do you have the standard set with your clients so that they're not experiencing the same struggles that you experience where I'm working 24/7, I'm waking up in front of my laptop, I'm going to sleep with the laptop on my lap and different things of that nature. And as a creative, as a designer, you can get caught up in just creating and not really paying attention to what's really needs to get done as a business. And even for me, learning to let go of clients and people that I desire to continue working with. But if we just aren't in alignment, that's okay, and be okay with that, because it's not necessarily there's any bad blood, but in this season I have to move on, and you also have to move on with your journey. There's no plan B. I have to go with plan A, because this is what's taking me to the next level. This is what's gonna take my family out of where I would like all of us to be. This is gonna help open doors for my little brother in whatever it is he want to do. This is gonna, retire my mom, all of that stuff. So when you're being selfish with not asking for what you deserve, or when you're being selfish with just not moving on the things that you need to move on, you're holding back the potential that your family sees in you. You're holding back on your investors, your family. If they have invested in you, you're holding back on their investment, because they invested into whatever it is. My grandpa, I literally made like a couple thousand, and I saved up to get a laptop, and I only needed like 1,000 left. And he literally gave me the last 1,000 to him, and my grandma gave me the last 1,000 in order to get what I needed. And then my mom gave me another couple hundreds in order to buy my camera. And so those are my investors, my starting investors. And if I just quit or don't move on to what else,
because that could have been their last.
Yeah, like if I don't move on to what it is that I need to do, and I'm being scary about it, then they wasted their time for no reason. They could have kept that money and paid their bills and made sure that they were straight.
Hey y'all, this is Going Topics, where we talk about hot topics in society, and today Yanni has a story for us.
Yes, I got a little story or whatever. So Black millionaires posted Meek Mill tried to leverage his celebrity to get a discount on some shoes from a small business owner for a promotion, but it didn't work. He said, and I quote, "I'm trying to teach you how to hustle. You're not supposed to charge me full price. I can do a commercial." What y'all think about that?
I want to know, what would you about to say?
No, go ahead.
I want to know, why do celebrities always feel like they should get things for free?
Right.
It's
What Meek Mill say?
entitled.
Big
Or
bag got
cheap.
him big mad. A boy getting some money in his girl bag.
Bruh, to
Exactly.
be honest, now that I think about it, you're the one that got the money. Why don't you support a small business?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel a certain way about it because, well, I don't feel a certain way to him, but just in general, a celebrity thinking, oh, let me give you a shout out or let me do this. I think it's the expectation or entitlement of it. Of I built myself up to here, so I deserve everything for free.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like I understand. Like for us, we charge people for a podcast, but this is business. But I mean, outside of business, like just you're in like in the video, it looked like he was like at a pop-up shop type of environment, and it's like you're going there just to collect free stuff. Like this man, this is his business, you know.
For sure.
Like
Support it.
So that made me think as you're talking. So how we just said we're charging now for interviews and stuff like that. But do y'all think some of the big guests that we reach out to, they should start charging us if they charge for other things?
It's fair for them to charge.
I feel that because they do stuff
That came
for
out of
us
Yanni's
off
mouth.
they do stuff for us off the strength,
Right. You can't get mad at them.
and it benefits us.
True. And I'm not gonna lie, we know some people in our circle that charge to get on interviews, so
Yeah.
True.
it's just the fact like you're trying to go back and forth with a small business owner trying to get something
I
for
agree.
free. Like I just don't like that.
I agree.
I
You
still
shouldn't
haven't
argue
figured
with
that
someone
out.
about their price.
right.
It's like if you don't like the price, just go somewhere else. You're at a whole pop-up shop. Go to somebody else,
That's
but
willing
you're
to
trying
give
to
you free stuff.
exactly, but you're making someone go down on their stuff. And also another thing that I realized with celebrities and trying to get things for free, it really doesn't matter as far as the celebrity doing that thing for free unless they align with your target audience. Sometimes a celebrity could work with you for free and it does nothing. Like
For sure.
I've had that happen where sometimes I'll say it works more in my benefit getting like successful millionaires in my clothes opposed to getting celebrities in my clothes. When celebrities get in my stuff, yeah, it's cool for the
look,
name of
the
it, like,
image.
oh,
Right.
she just wore your stuff, da da da.
Right.
But when a millionaire woman who is known when she wears my stuff, she sends me more clients, not the celebrities. And that lady is also paying me full price opposed to the celebrity. So
Yeah, I still am trying to figure that out of the whole thing of working with a celebrity if you provide your services for free or your product for free, or do you get paid from it? I actually got burned by somebody with like that, of just that miscommunication. So really it's definitely a challenge. And also, as you said, it has to align with your target audience. I've had people where, you know, we're trading, you know, what we both bring to the table. And then when they promote or do something of that nature, then it may not be in alignment. For example, I'm in the content creation space. So if a content creator promotes me on their platform and all of their target audience is kids, it's kind of like, all right, what am I going to do with this fan base of kids other than, you know, just have the follows?
Hey y'all, what's up? I know you're enjoying the episode, but real quick, we wanted to take a second to talk to y'all.
Hey, pull out your phones right now and text the word GPCREW to the number down below. Let's get it.
Go do that right now. You're going to get updates about new drops, events, and so much more.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let me get back behind the camera. Let's get it.
And I've also had times where, like, I sent my stuff to an influencer and they didn't even post it.
Exactly.
I've had a lot of times. And so, honestly, that just programmed something in my mind to be like, I ain't working with no more influencer anymore. Even though I probably will, but it's just like, okay, he's going to give it to you, but are you even going to wear it?
Nah,
like, you're trying to, it's like kind of like he's begging for the product.
Exactly.
I think that's the thing, begging.
Yeah.
About it.
So what do y'all think is better than him paying full price but never tagging him if he does wear it, or him getting the discounted price but like he said, you do get a commercial?
So what you mean?
Because so you could get that full price. Say the shoes was $500. He pays the $500 but never posts it or never tags you, so you don't necessarily have proof unless you're able to sneak in a little video.
Right.
Or he does get the discount, but then like he said, he would do a commercial.
Like for free?
Yeah, like, or even, because I've heard Summer Walker talk about that before, as far as like, if I pay you full price, I'm not tagging you.
Which is understandable.
So which do y'all feel like is better? Him taking the $500 but not getting tagged, not getting posted, not getting a commercial, or taking the discounted price but now you get some type of commercial, some type of video?
That's still a challenge for me to decide, for real.
I feel it
too. I feel like it also depends on, because Meek Mill doesn't, I wouldn't say he has all around influence. I don't know, but like, I don't know if anybody really looks and say, oh, this is like a streetwear person. You know, I feel like we look at him as like the rapper. That's what his influence is in. So it's like, okay, if you do get it on him, it's a risk, because not just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you have influence, you know?
Yep.
So just because he will put it on, people might just overlook it, you know?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so I feel like it just depends. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe he does have influence. He has influence through his music. If you're listening to him constantly, you respect him more. And so I do feel as though if the sneaker guy was to get a free promo, that's promotion for you. Now all of the other rappers that wear sneakers and stuff may be connected with this person. So when he shout him out, now you're getting other artists that's tapped in with you and you're getting paid from it. So it's really just, in a sense, setting a standard of, that's what I learned from some mentors, of setting a standard of like, what are we both getting out of this relationship? Like, is it the payment? Maybe I'll do my services at a discounted price for you, but then I tap into your network that I haven't tapped into just yet. Or do you pay me and I just have you as a client, and I don't know if an NDA is signed, or if I can promote the products, but you just won't promote it for me. Like, I'm going to promote it off the strength of my own platform.
Yeah. And I still think, I don't know, I still think like him begging is kind of wild, because what if he needed the money for lunch that day or something like that?
No, for sure. It's definitely understandable. It's really all based on what you desire within the relationship. And let me know what y'all think.
No, for sure. Let us know. Would you have made him pay full price, or would you have just gave him the discount?
Yep.
For sure.
Back to our episode.
Back to the episode, y'all.
Let's get it.
That's something I'm realizing too, is like, what we're doing is not just for us. Like, it's for the people that support us. It's for the people that support us and that we're gonna inspire, you know?
Right.
So I like that. I also relate, like, okay, you're comfortable, but you got people waiting on you.
For sure.
You got your grandma, your dad, your brother, your aunt, your mom, whole family. And I know that what I do when I get to where I see in my mind, the people who support me, my family, I'll potentially pull out what's inside of them, you know?
Right.
And so that's why I sometimes get upset with myself when I get comfortable or when I procrastinate, all these little things. It's because like I'm wasting time and I'm taking away time from them that they could have when I'm up to help them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, for sure. And living as if, like your parents, your family, there's no telling when's their last day. So you're being selfish of that because, it's reality. We don't like to speak about it, but like there's no telling how long this person is going to be here with you. And if you don't allow them to reap the fruits of your labor with you, then it's like you did it all for nothing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had 2 questions for y'all, but before I ask the questions, I did want to say something real quick about as far as how there are people that support us. At InvestFest, I continue to realize this. So I'm just like, dang, people really rock with us. Even it made me think about how a year ago, some of the people that were coming up to me, like millionaires coming up to me saying, hey, like, because we weren't really together a whole lot the second day, but they're coming up to me saying, hey, I see y'all's podcast. I see what you're doing. I support you. I rock with you. Like people that I look up to that I didn't even know, like they don't even follow me, but they're watching. Like they see what I'm doing. And so it's just like, wow, like that's dope. It made me feel like, man, like we really can't fail because we got people watching us for real, for real. But the question I wanted to ask y'all is 2 different questions. Because y'all both said something that made me think of this. But for Yanni, you talked about God making you uncomfortable right now. I want to know for you, how is God making you uncomfortable? And then for you, you mentioned like firing a client. I know a situation happened. We don't have to talk about the situation, but you were put in a situation and we said you should fire that client. Yeah. So I want to know, did you do it or are you holding on to that client? And if you are holding on to that client, why are you especially like after what happened?
Do you want to go first? Or you
go first.
So, no, I haven't fired that client. But I do notice a pattern within multiple clients of that same entitlement or that same, respect of like thinking that I owe them every last bit of my time from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. calls in the middle of me doing stuff. And it's like, I'm not a robot, So what was the question?
Basically, if you didn't fire that client, why are you holding on to them?
Why am I holding on? I know that I can add more value, and I know that I haven't asked to receive more than what I'm presenting. And I know that the way, like the mind frame of what they're being charged right now is the reason that they feel as though they're entitled. Because when you work with higher paying clients, you don't even have that stress. You don't have those issues where they're continuing to like hunt you down and want to like see where you're at. They just provide you the work and they trust you to get it done. And that's the thing that I would like to build within the client. But I just haven't got out of that way. And that's what I'm currently doing right now, because anybody who has done something like an Excellence, Tyler Perry, Oprah, they all had to make shifts within their brands, within their businesses, within their paths and journeys in order to get to the next level. Oprah, she literally, I don't want to misquote her, but she said that she like quit one of her jobs because she felt that it was the next season in her life. And I feel that it's a next season in my life, but I'm just holding on to, dang, the emotional side of, oh, I've been working with this person for so long, or I've been contributed to them for so long, or I really do like them. But in business, you can't be emotionally attached. Yeah. So that's what I'm learning is you can't be emotionally attached in business, because you will forever hold on to something that isn't meant for your business to scale, and you're gonna continue to hold on to that emotional attachment, and it's gonna leave you high and dry.
Like relationships you build
I
with
was
your clients
just about to
like
say that.
Yeah, because it's like you bonded so much with this client. It's like now, well, dang, if I tell them I don't want to work, well, is that going to ruin our friendship or what we have or the synergy that we created?
For sure. Yeah. But then the question is it really a friendship, or is it what you can do for each other? Because if we part ways, is it you're going to now continue to, are you going to now start to like distance yourself or get disrespectful or like talk down on me to other people and different things of that nature. Like literally we can talk about it, but just getting something done, or like even Yanni, what you were saying of like, oh, why do you provide so many why are you providing 3 revisions? Why are you doing this? And it's like, because that's the standard that I said. That's why they feel that way, because that's the standard you set. You set the standard of, oh, whenever you need something, I'm gonna come to you. Whenever I need it, I'm gonna get it right away, because you said that you would get it done to me right away. Whenever I need something, I can call you at any time of the day. I can text you at any time of the night. You feel me? So that's definitely like something that I'm working toward and moving forward in within this week, because it has to stop. Like I can't scale a business like this for real. Even like little things of working with influencers, and you'll provide them the service and then they'll go to somebody else and then won't pay you because they got the design done from somebody else. And it's like, okay, but I still did the work.
Ooh,
so it doesn't matter whether you went to somebody else. You asked me for the service. You never canceled the service. So you need to provide it. And that was something that happened when I went to the ARC. I was doing all of these orders. And that's crazy, because my coach and David also said, like, you know, you can't scale a business like this. You're going to forever be creating, and you're never going to get to the point of seeing how you can move forward within your vision. And that literally intensified within 2 weeks after and up until now. And so now it's just like, all right, I can see it's time to like really let go and let loose.
I'll say one more thing before you answer your question, Yanni. But what you just explained kind of goes back to the boundaries thing. So I just had a conversation with somebody about this, but like from a relationship point of view, you talked about setting a standard. So it's much easier to set the boundary and the standard in the beginning of the relationship.
Right.
But say you've been with the person for years and the standard has been low, the boundaries have been non-existent.
For sure.
So it's like, when you get to that point to where you're like, oh, I think I should have some standards now. I think I should have some high standards. It's kind of hard to enforce those with a person who never had those standards. And so it's like you're trying to get them to understand, like, oh, well, this is the standard now. This is the standard now. But they feel like, well, it's never been like that. So why should I have to change or whatever? Or like, why should I have to get used to that or whatever the case may be? So I feel like, that's kind of like the issue that you're dealing with.
May I add to that real quick? So my bad. So bro, I can say her name. Donnie done bashed my name all through the mud. So there was like, even Donnie, she's a high level client, right? I'm like, she done threw my name through the mud on the podcast. I can say her name. You feel me? Working with Donnie, she definitely wants to see me win. And you know, but if you're not listening, if you're not receiving the information, nobody's gonna keep repeating it to you. And so recently we had that conversation, and I was so nervous to have that conversation with her. And she literally, like, I told her we need to set a standard of getting stuff earlier so that I can provide the work at a more effective time. And then I can go into setting the retainers and working with specific clients, and not continuously just trying to do designs and do a la carte work to reach a bit. Like, there's no end goal, like trying to reach just enough to pay my bills. You feel me? And so I had the conversation with her, and she immediately nipped it in the bud the same day that I had the conversation with her. Like, I asked her, can we start, like, you know, getting stuff on time? And she said, I love that you're getting coaching. I love that, you know, you brought this to my attention. Let's move forward. And she literally sent it to the whole team and was like, we have to start getting stuff way earlier.
Period.
Like, that's literally the smallest thing.
So all you had to do was like set the standard.
Right. And she's a high level client. So now I need to see how, I don't want to say low level clients, but clients where
low paying.
Low paying. Clients where I'm not charging enough. And they don't see the value in what's being provided. Bruh, a thumbnail, a graphic, that's a first impression on your brand. So anything that I touch, and it's not even like in a cocky way, but like anything that I touch, this is for your brand. This is going to help you make a sell. Money. This is going to help you bring attention to whatever it is you're trying to sell to people, whatever it is you're working on entertaining people with. So I have to make that clear and let it be known.
I think you should let people know that even in your content, they have to like understand the importance. Like when I'm selling people on my courses or even gowns or whatever, they have to understand why is this important. Why should I pay this many thousands of dollars for your dress? So it's like, I have to pay a seamstress $500 to $1,000. I have to do this. I have to do this. Like they have to understand why is this so important.
For sure. And also understand that, okay, you're paying for this and now you have more. Once I settle in and lock in on this, because when I do lock in on something, and I really focus on intentionally working towards it, it gets done. And so once I lock in on setting that standard, letting it be known why it's important to receive this service, receive this product, then that will set the standard and allow for people to be placed where they're supposed to be. That will allow people to, if you don't want to work or if you don't see the value in it and you still want to remain at a low level and work at a low level, and you're not looking to build a legacy with what you're creating, the content that you produce, then cool, you'll go your separate way, and I wish you the best of luck. And I will go my separate way, and I will work with the people that I truly desire. Like I'm not just doing this just for the fun of it. Like this is a brand. This is something that's longevity. This is a household name. Royalty Made It will be something that's like great, and it's going to be done in excellence once this hurdle is like overcame. You feel me? So yeah, that's definitely something I'm working on. That was a good question.
Okay. Well, what was my question again?
How is God making you uncomfortable right now?
So he's making me realize like I don't have a backup plan. Making me realize like I said earlier, like I said it earlier, the stuff I'm doing now is not gonna get me to the next level. And he put me in a position where like he's showing me what you're doing now is not, like you're gonna have to take risks. You're gonna have to do faith jumps. And I never
risk like what?
Huh?
Like what type of risk do you feel like you need to take?
I feel like, so something I used to do is I used to kind of play small when I buy product.
Oh, okay.
So like playing it safe, you know?
Gotcha.
But God is making me realize, okay, you want to make this amount? You're going to have to take that jump and buy all that product, you know?
Right.
And something that's kind of is pushing me a little bit more is because he told me to focus on building a community for a few months. And so I'm like, boom, okay, I have a community built. Why are you so afraid to do it big, you know? In product, okay, you do it big in other areas, cool, but like prove it in your product, you know? And it's like, you're saying you want to be a Nike for Christians, but how are you going to do that when you keep playing so small? Well, when is it going to be that moment when you spend more than you have for product? You know what I'm saying? Or you buy a kiosk. Like I never did a pop-up shop before. So it's just little stuff like that that's making me realize like, dang.
More is required.
Yeah, exactly. I'm realizing like all the big brands, they've had pop-up shops before. Boom, 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 boom. And it's like, okay, I need to do that too. Like stop being so afraid, you know?
More than likely bet it all on themselves.
Exactly. And that's what he's making me. I feel like that's something he's making me realize I need to do is bet all the way on myself. And that's something I'm going to start doing. Really hitting the streets more. So it's like, I don't know why, what it is, but I guess I'm letting past disappointments taint my current goals or my current vision. Like, yes, I believe big for my brand, but it's like sometimes I'll be afraid to move because of past disappointments. And it's like, I don't want to experience those past disappointments again. But now God is like forcing me, like, you're going to have to get over this. You know, you're going to have to, especially like time's just going by. If you keep playing small, you're only going to stay small. And so, yeah, so that's something I'm doing now is playing as big as I see. You have this big goal, but you only have this much product. Yeah. You know, it's like how can you reach this goal when you don't even have the product to get there? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And you're not also selling that message.
Exactly.
And making it even more clear of the community of like, this is me and this is where I am and this is what I overcame.
Exactly.
And making that community stronger.
And I was going to say, okay, cool, going viral. Oh, this is something else. going viral and stuff on Instagram is cool, but it's like, what are you doing in real life too? And that's something I'm realizing. Like, I want my product on, like, you see, okay, it's cool, everybody see them. I won't say everybody, but there's been people that's always telling me like, oh, you're always on my For You page, you're always on my Explore page. That's cool, but I want you to see me in real life. I want you to see my brand on everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's something else I'm realizing is doing stuff in real life too. And I feel like the more I get my brand on people, that's the message being everywhere. And something that I'm really passionate about is something I think about a lot is how, like, there's like a lot of brands out here, but like, we're all the brands about God. And I want to be that first brand that represents Jesus Christ, like billboards, New York City, a bus stop. Like, I want to be that first Christian brand that staples the whole lane where I can pull all the other people up. But it's like, how can you do that when you're not even playing big, you know? And so, yeah, that's why I'm like, I got to play bigger.
Something you just made me think about is Tulones.
Yeah.
I think they focused also on like having a bunch of small products just to get, I'm trying to think what's the best way to explain it. Like socks and basketballs and just different things that they would give to their customers, or maybe even have at a cheap price. Right. So that way customers and just people, potential customers, could get used to seeing their brand name everywhere. Marty Woodard, he used to have a brand, something about being broke before or broke again. I don't know if I'm thinking of NBA young boy.
Not never broke again.
Something about being broke though. And I remember being in college and seeing those stickers everywhere. Never even knew who Marty was. But I knew like, oh shoot, that's that brand. Yeah. And so I would say,
that gave me an idea.
Yeah, like even how, okay, so even if sometimes I've seen this too, like spray painted logos, like just all over the city. So even if you got a stencil made of Walk Wisely, and then it could say Wise Label at the bottom, spray painting that on sidewalks, on the side of buildings, like putting it literally everywhere. Like people will get like so used to seeing that they're gonna wonder what is that, because I know I used to think the same thing. Even I know this one girl who just started pushing like a bunch of hats with her brand name on it because she wanted people to see her brand name everywhere. So Skittles, even Milan. So it's just like getting some hats made or something, like just something that's gonna catch people's attention that people can see everywhere.
And that's something I actually do want to tap into, guerrilla marketing. And I do see myself in the future, like, bro, painting a city Wise Label, like literally everywhere you go. But I just have to do it. So that is good. And you just gave me a few ideas I need to write down. But then when you were talking, you reminded me of something else that my mentor said. He was saying how, like, y'all want to be e-com brands. Y'all want to have a lot of Shopify sales. That's cool. But do stuff in real life. Especially my brand isn't just no e-com brand. My brand is like a real life, world changing brand. And so that means I have to do things in the world.
For sure. Definitely. For sure. We got to I'll go back to what Milan, like when she was in Philly, everybody in Philly was wearing her brand. And she was reposting it. Every shirt, every, sweatpants, hats, everything was Milan. She would have stickers, all of that stuff. And she even
stickers are a good idea too.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, even on one of her interviews, she was saying how like she knows the intention of her brand. Like the women that's on her brand, she gets a lot of like, oh, they look like her. Like they look like Milan. Even Donnie, like she kind of looks like Milan in a sense. So she knows her target audience, and you know your target audience, but you just have to, like you said, like really get people in it and like spray the world Wise Label for real.
I can see it.
Not just on Instagram. Cause bro, even my cousins, they send me like, yo, look at Yanni right here. Or I literally walk in the house at my cousin's house and she'll tell me like, I just saw Yanni on TikTok. So it's like you're all over social media already, but like really getting out in the world too. Yeah. For sure. And you got us to support you.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Nah, for sure. And Jada, you gotta go crazy too.
Yeah, for sure. Jada about to go crazy with them hands.
Definitely.
These pants about to go up, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, for sure. And we all like, we have this podcast and everybody tells us don't give up, but we can't give up on ourselves neither.
Yeah.
So we gotta equally pour into this podcast as we do for our brands as well, and make sure that we're holding up our end of the bargain for our brands and not just like letting it fall on the wayside. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like definitely important to continue to work in a smarter and a more effective way other than what we've done so far. Like we have to keep growing for real.
This is Make It Make Sense, where we give advice to young adults growing through life. Jada got a question.
Yes. So today's question. Somebody wants to know, what is the best advice you could give to a 20-year-old version?
Best advice somebody could give to a 20-year-old version?
Yes.
I just turned 20.
It's like wait until you're ready for real.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to do it, then just,
Yeah. I feel like in today's time, I feel like there's a lot of, or it's really always maybe, it's been a lot of pressure, like to like, oh, you gotta have sex, you gotta have sex, you gotta have sex.
Because everybody else got it going on.
Yeah, and then even when you think about like the music we listen to, everything just be about sex for real. TV shows, bruh. If y'all watch Power just be throwing in the most random sex scenes, like all of that. But
TikTok, they got like TikTok public interviews, and then you can go to their OnlyFans, all of that stuff.
It's like everything is just so sexualized these days. Everything. Like even when I'm watching certain vloggers I used to watch, all they talk about is sex, or making sex jokes. It's just like, why is there so much sex?
Yeah. And so
like, why are you so horny? Please
exactly.
relax.
So I would say to that person, it's okay if you are still a virgin, I feel like I lost my virginity at 16, and I wish I wouldn't have. Like, bruh, I was a baby. I did not even know anything. I did not know anything. It's just like, girl, you need to be reading your book.
Reading your Bible.
I didn't believe in God at that time, so I wasn't looking at the Bible, but I should have been doing something else,
I feel like you should wait. Just hold on to it, because I feel like society tries to make good things seem are bad for some reason.
For sure.
Like it just twists the perspective of everything. I feel like, honestly, me coming from a Christian, I'm a Christian and I follow what the Bible says. I feel like you should wait until you get married and save it for your husband, because first of all, sex creates soul ties. And so when you lose your virginity to somebody that you're not married to, you don't even know if y'all are going to be together forever. And you just created a spiritual tie to somebody who may have bad intentions for you. So I would say just wait.
Yeah. For sure. And even for me, like, I feel as though I mentioned this already, but, in my teenage years, I was definitely mad horny. And, over time, you realize as a man, like, you have other stuff to do. And when you really trying to get to your goals, you're not even thinking about sex for real. So it's really just when you're ready to do it. Was it a male or female?
I think it's a guy.
Okay, yeah. When you're ready to do it, it's really just, you make it happen, but let it happen naturally. And as Yanni said, it's really a soul thing. Like, I remember being intimate with people, and that emotion starts to like connect with you. So if they're crying and doing all this other stuff when you're not around, you start feeling that weight because you're literally connecting with somebody and you're inserting yourselves into each other. And so it's really not something that like you should be in a rush to do if you're not willing to do it at the moment. Let it happen organically. Let it be with the right person for real, and just when you're ready to back that thing up or, do all that, you feel me? Then go ahead and do it.
Don't let people around you make you feel peer pressured, because if you feel it on your heart that you want to wait, like this why you ask the question, don't let social media, don't let your friends, don't let even a person you're talking to make you feel bad for sticking to your standard. If that's a standard you set for yourself, stick to that. Everybody's not going to understand, but if that's something that you understand, that's all that matters.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say for me, so before I got saved, I was in a situationship for like a couple years. And that whole situationship made me feel like, okay, yeah, I need to chill on having sex, just because I felt like, oh, this person started off so nice, and then once we did have sex, it felt like, oh, I'm just being used for sex. And that doesn't feel good, because I felt like I was trying to get the person to see that there are like a million other great things about me just outside of sex. And so I had told myself, next time I got in a relationship, the person was going to have to wait. And so, but now that I feel like I am Christian, then I'm like trying to be celibate. But yeah, that's just something you want to be mindful of. It can make it harder to leave a person because of sex. It can mess with your emotions,
For
you know,
sure.
especially I feel like as girls, you can be a lot more sensitive. And so you just get so wrapped up in a person. But I think honestly being a virgin is great, especially in these times. Like, I think that is amazing. That's beautiful. So I know I have a friend, not a friend, old friend. She's her brother is a rapper, but I remember like even through college, she would talk about like how she's 20 something, like 24, 23 years old, and she's still a virgin. And it's just like, I used to think, wow, that's so cool, like that you're able to save that. So I would say if you are somebody who is still a virgin, that's cool, that's good. Don't feel bad about it. And if you are somebody who has already lost your virginity, this is not to like shame you or nothing either, because like I said, I already lost mine as a wee little kid.
For sure. Was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Bruh.
But yeah, and it can like sex can really have you in a drought for real. It's really, if you still are a virgin, it just shows you have discipline in that area. You may not have discipline in other areas, but that's an area that you've had discipline in, because I'm sure you have been tempted at 20 years old, I'm sure by now you've been tempted to, get intimate with somebody else. So definitely just take your time. Don't rush it. Don't allow nobody to peer pressure you or make you feel a certain way because you haven't indulged into that activity. Just do it at your own course for real. And it's a process. It's definitely somebody, like, you want to do it with somebody that you really enjoy and like you love, and be able to connect with somebody on a spiritual level, on a soulful level as well, rather than just the lustful bare minimum level. You feel me? So definitely
Kendrick Lamar
just
said
like,
is a love or lust.
I'm saying, so definitely just like connect with a person so that way you can see them for who they are and not for who their body image is. You feel me? So like that's definitely something to think about, and don't feel peer pressured at all. And even if you lost your virginity, as Jada said, like, you know what you're supposed to do. You know what's best for you, for real.
Yes,
for sure.
But this was a good topic.
Yes.
For sure.
Thanks for watching the episode. Let us know what y'all think about anything we've talked about in the comments. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time.
We're gonna see y'all. We out. Let's get it.
I got some actionable steps for y'all as we end this podcast out. Figure out what you need to do to get you to that next level. What you're doing now is not going to get you to where you want to be. You have to grow there, not go there. That's what my mentor said. So what Trey said on how he has to, set the standard for clients. He didn't do that before, but in this new season, he has to do that for me. I have to get my products on more people. I wasn't worried about that before, but now I do have to do that. Jada's about to take the leap with her pants. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, comment down below something that you have to do that's going to take you to the next level that you want to be at, that you see for yourself.
For sure, most definitely. And what you said about Jada, like Jada always sets that standard of like her brand has to be a luxury brand. Yeah. She's not going to just throw like her clothes or post a random picture. Just post any type of content, because this is
sometimes I feel like that holds me back, because I want everything to be like quality, but doing stuff, or I guess because I just had so many thoughts come into my head at the same time. So I guess because I hire out for all my photo shoots and video shoots, I feel like it takes longer for me to do those things. But maybe I just need to start focusing on, like, I already have a creative eye. I'll be knowing exactly like the angles I want, and the pictures I want. Yeah, so it's just like maybe I just need to start investing in like being my own photographer for real, and just doing my own shoots, because that, I feel like that's the main thing that like slows me down on content. It's like having to always hire over and over and over for shoots, and so maybe just start making that more of my focus. Be my own photographer, videographer, all that good stuff.
I can help you because I'm into content.
Right,
you done shot your whole Like, you feel me? You shot your whole shoot.
My whole shoot. I did my whole shoot on my phone.
On your phone.
And it looked good.
And
like, I be getting
fire.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You really got streetwear, like, aesthetic on your page now.
Yes.
You going crazy. We really got to bet on ourselves, all of us. I'm like, you behind the camera, behind this mic, we have to bet on ourselves, and us sitting here also have to bet on ourselves and continue to keep growing. So really identify what it is that you want and what it will take. What's the risk of not doing it, and what's the risk of actually acting on it? You feel me? So definitely continue to stay focused. Don't lose sight of your vision. Don't lose sight of what God has downloaded into you. You feel me? Like, this is the vision and the plan for your life. If Steve Harvey once said, like, the vision in your mind is the preview to the life that you can attain. And so really have to continue to work on this vision no matter what it takes. You feel me? So really act on the things that you want to do. Don't allow nobody to talk you out of your vision. Don't allow anyone to tell you what you can and can't do, because the vision wasn't sent for them. It was sent for you. You feel me? And yeah, so keep going, keep grinding. That's why we go-getters. You feel me?
Go-getters for real.
We go-getters for real. We're going to get it every time by any means.
Praise
For
God.
sure. But that was great, y'all.
And we got
I gotta go to the airport.
Yeah, we got the Growing Painz podcast channel. So yeah, if you would like to see entertainment style videos, just us, like, aside from the business and the music, the freestyles, all of that. Well, you may see the freestyles on the channel. I don't know.
It's part of our lifestyle.
You feel me? But yeah, definitely, if you want to see more content from us, you can go to the Growing Painz podcast channel. We drop podcast episodes every week, and yeah, keep going. You can listen on Spotify, Apple, all that stuff.
And also, if you want to see some more behind the scenes, me and Trey vlog.
Yeah.
So you can go to my YouTube channel, Yanni Bratcher, and his is
Royal Travion.
Yep.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, thanks y'all for watching. We love y'all. We support y'all as well. And we're going to see y'all in the next episode.
For sure. Let's get it.